Hello, slugs. It is November 2nd of year of our Lord 2024 at 4:37 p.m. this fine Saturday evening. And once again, your host, John Molina, hello, has found himself without a guest and without news. So, um, I don't know, man. I think I let me explain what has happened the last 2 weeks for viewers who are unaware. So the production process for I think that's what this little mini rant will be about, because then I can get into a little bit of me. We can talk about the on-campus culture, stuff like that. It'll have relevance, maybe, hopefully. How these work is every Sunday is the start of a new production cycle. The episodes get released on Sunday, so that's basically like my free day to kind of cool off before the week starts. But Monday to Friday, Monday to Wednesday is when I go out and film the remotes. This is kind of a 2-hour process depending on if there's events happening that day or whether or not there is enough content to get out of people at a specific time. These can obviously vary depending on class schedule, stuff like that. But the first 3 days of the week combined with classes are mostly going out and doing that, the remotes. And Thursday and Friday is the optional podcast filming days. I like to have multiple options so that guests can choose depending on their schedule. But if nothing happens in between those 2 days, everything gets thrown off because for Saturday is when I'm supposed to edit and get that all out and ready for Sunday. Yes, I edit everything in a single day because I hate myself and wish to punish myself further by flying closer and closer to the sun, like the vain Icarus. Either way, scheduling these have been a bit of an interesting process. For the first couple of episodes, the guests have mostly been scheduled around times that are outside of... It was pre-midterms. It was pre-midterms. And so basically everyone seemed to have a lot of free time to make time for these things. But what I've been finding is that midterms, and I feel like I'm going to end up seeing this again a lot, finals week or week before finals week, people do not have the time to set away for 45 minutes with a stranger that they barely know to discuss things that they're already doing on their pages. So scheduling has been a bit of an issue, which is why, again, for the podcast of week 6, it's going to be simply this. I simply refuse to get into my personal situation a little bit. I have an essay due tomorrow at not even midnight, which, by the way, criminal. If you are a class that makes your assignments not due at 11:59 midnight, you are doing a criminal act. You are a criminal and should be prosecuted as such. And I hope that people understand that and know that and feel that consistently, constantly, even. What the fuck was I even saying? Something along the lines of oh, yes, I have an essay due, and I don't have time to work on this as much as I'd like to work on this because I am a student with time management issues just as much as any other person who goes to this school. And but I still felt like I should put something out just to have a better understanding of what's going on behind the scenes and why I've missed 2 weeks in a row. Well, technically, whether or not this counts as missing a week will depend on how good this ends up looking in the edit bay, but I have a feeling it may just be a static background with the occasional picture put in, but it will be shorter, so I'm sure that it'll garner more viewership than the other stuff we've done. But yeah, no episode again this week. If we're being honest, from what I figured out this week, and starting the second half of the week before, news is not really that big this week. I think everyone was really waiting for, what do you call it, the AFSCME strike, which just went through around, I believe, the 31st, passed, which means that a strike is very much imminent from the full-time college workers, which will be very interesting to see how that pans out in terms of how the university responds to what they're asking for. From what I've understood historically is that the negotiations for these types of things don't go very well, usually because the university obviously seeks within its own best interest to just bone the university on whatever deal they're trying to get, which usually always just happens to be like meeting basic survival needs, which the university still for some reason can't. They can barely even take that, the bare minimum living standards, as something that they can meet or quote unquote have the means to meet, even though, again, as we've explored many times before, they have the money and they have the means. It is simply a manner of hoarding more money towards very specific people that we will never see in our lifetime, except for the very odd event here and there. And accountability is seemingly not there unless you act in a collective, which is, again, why these strikes are happening. But outside of that, news has been relatively slow. There are some events coming up in kind of the late 3rd of November. A lot of indigenous community events, possibly more labor stuff. I at this moment have no idea. If there is something that's about to happen, I'll definitely put it up on as a visual on the board to kind of show what's about to happen. But general thoughts this week is just, yeah, things have been slow. It's midterms. Everyone's busy. We are students, just the same as we are people that necessitate advocating for ourselves. So, obviously nothing wrong with taking time to get your most important things in priority. I feel weird about locking this in, considering the chances of it occurring aren't 100%. As I stated last week in an Instagram post, I'm still in communication with the Carpenters Union spokespeople to discuss their ongoing lawsuit with the university. Again, that has been something that also had to get delayed just because, from what I've heard, they're very busy participating in local elections and stuff. Which, by the way, by the time this goes up, the election day is November 5th. I believe that is a Wednesday. So if you get the opportunity to... Nope, it's a Thursday. Hey, future John, this is incredibly wrong. Please wait until like a minute later in the video for it to specify better information. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. But November 5th, that is our National Election Day. Be sure to go out and vote. There are resources on a couple of different pages, but I believe on the 5th, the Stevenson Event Center is going to be open for same-day voting. If you are in the university and you do not, you either don't have your ballot or you aren't registered to Santa Cruz County, you can go to the Stevenson Event Center and they will still let you vote with same-day registration. So definitely look that up and look out for that when the 5th rolls around. There are probably more specific in-person voting details that, again, I'll put up if it necessitates such explanation. But I'm pretty sure it's mostly just on the 5th Stevenson Event Center. I forget the times. I'll put the times. So yeah, that's also something to look forward to for next week. Technically this week. By the time it goes up, it'll be election week. So... Oh, nope. I looked at this wrong. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. really heavy misinformation there. I was looking at the date for October 5th. It is not. It is, or sorry, December 5th. It will not be on a Thursday. It will in fact be on a Tuesday. That would have been really bad if I told people that to go and vote on a Thursday, 2 days after the election. That would have been bad. So yeah, it's November 5th, Tuesday. Go and vote. Jesus Christ. Oh, basic reading struggles. Yeah. Week of the 10th, the Carpenters Union episode will be up. But again, I don't want to put any guarantees because anything could change at any moment. So it might possibly be that just things will be out sometimes on Sunday. But the remote's always a guarantee. People seem to be very receptive on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, that's just really good to see. Very happy about that. Definitely thinking about putting these podcasts into more of a digestible size for the Instagram and TikTok, just so that there's some more cross pollination going on there because what do you call it? The TikTok numbers are not the same as the YouTube numbers, and that is a fact. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of looking into that. So, I think that's everything. Yeah, we went over the bulletin. This is the episode for this week. Really busy the last week and this week, so there have been no guests. Carpenters Union thing maybe on the week of the 10th. Go out and vote on the 5th of November on Tuesday. Oh yeah, and go to the other events that I find on the thing. That'll be it though. All right. I think that's it. This feels like a reasonable amount of time to spend on a update with no guest. That's what's going on this week, possibly. So yeah. See y'all around, I suppose. In an actual episode out in the wilderness next week.